Sasi
Puki Jushi Meto Dram Rira Vinci Linde Gembari Sange Shingdu Mikte Uargi Jokun Namdak Shingla Juparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamhiryatayami
Sangye
Chudan Soki Chognamla Jamchu Bardu Dakni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gibe Sunamki Drola Benchir Sangye Druparsho
Sangye
Chudang Soki Chognamla Jamchu Bardu Dakni Kyapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Benchir Sangye Druparsho
Sangye
Chudang Soki Chognamla Jamchu Bardu Dakni Kyapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Benchir Sangye Druparsho.
All right then. Are you warming up? You're not too cold?
We moved
You want to sit over there?
we moved the thing. No, it'll be colder over
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right then.
Oh, microphone.
Microfono.
Microphone.
And it seems like it's dull. Can it be brightened this way?
You are very smart.
Thank you.
That's why you're in this class. Okay. Please read, because you're so good at it.
Kachik Nare Na I
Wow.
Awala
Yeah, yeah.
Iwala Mik Pe Chik Ta Klan Ke Te Nai Wala Mik Ne Rang Ke
Yeah.
Kya Tu Pe Che Yi Du Jin Pa Yin Sena.
Nice.
Is this my text?
I'm gonna give you a bigger. Oops. Dee 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 dee. That's big enough, right? Dee dee. Okay. This is kind of addressing a question we had, which you will understand when you figure out the sentence. Nayawala mean by jigda. So jigda means first link.
Achitta.
Yeah, the view of destruction. Means, it either means the view will be destroyed, or it means me will be die. Okay? It's called the view of destruction. It's the technical name for link number one. The common name for link number one is
Misunderstanding.
misunderstanding. The bad translation of the name for link number one is
Ignorance.
nice. Jikta mikpe means focused on. Okay. Nayiwa. Nga means I. Ngai means my. And nayiwa means my stuff. Okay. My stuff. Okay. Yeah, good. That's good. Nga is I. Nai is
Mine.
my. Naiwa is mine. Okay. My stuff. Okay. Because this gets tricky because Nick's in my Naiwa.
Focus on mine.
But the first link has to be focused on
Me and
me
mine.
or mine. But what if he's one of mine? What if, you see, what if he's my friend?
Oh, okay.
Then he's my Naiwa. You see, we had this question. We were flirting with this question, right? We didn't deal with it yet. I hope he deals with it. He may not. And we're not talking about the learned one. We're talking about the
Inborn.
Senke, the one you're born with. Okay, insects have, birds have, fish have. okay, about their own. At my house, the birds fight over the birdseed, right? And there's always this aggressive one, and he's like pushing the other birds away. I don't know why I have to see that. De naiwa la migne, that tendency, which you're born with, which sees my stuff as being self-existent somehow, okay? That looks at my stuff, naiwa la migne, rangya tu bezeyu de jimba. It holds it to be substantial in the sense of being self-standing. Zeyu means substantial. Ze means substance. Za means clay. Okay? Holds it to be substantial in the sense of tuba means able, and rangya means stand on its own. Okay? It's substantial in the sense that it stands on its own. Do you have anybody have a problem with that? I mean, this is supposed to be kachik.
Yeah, you're right. It seems
Let's see where our guy goes. Ona, ngaiwa chechen.
consider mine.
Consider my stuff. Kish kebu shegiki dubata. Are you saying it is included into the personality of a person or the mind stream of a person? Okay. Okay. That means. Oh, I see it. I see. Okay. Well, anyway, why do you say that? Because it is the primary. Okay. It is the primary object focused upon by the natural tendency to, focus on mind. Okay.
Mine is the primary.
Now, what's the kyaba we can derive from that?
If something is the natural,
If
the main
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, you can't be this and be to be if you are the object of focus of the inborn one. Now he added inborn, so maybe that's significant.
The main object of focus.
Yeah, and then he changed it to main object.
Okay.
But he still kept naiwa. He's still talking mind. But then he said, it's the naiwa part that's included into you, not outside of you. You see,
say part?
Nick is naiwa, but he's not gyukiduba. I'll say it
It's
again.
not part of your mind stream.
Yeah, he's not part of the mind stream. The old test is if you pinch it, it goes ouch. I can pinch him and I don't feel anything. So he's not gyukidupa. He's not taken in by my mind stream. The tip of my hair, such as it is not gyukidupa. The tip of my fingernails are not gyukidupa. But the root is polar than, okay?
Okay.
That's gyukidupa, included into my.
Your gyu.
Well, it means in my capacity to feel, you see,
Okay.
my capacity to sense, you see. So you're outside of that, okay? And that solves the problem.
So
You
it's
see?
just splitting mind into two parts.
Yeah, okay? He's splitting mine into two parts.
Oh.
My arm, my leg is gyukidupa. That's part of me.
Okay.
Nick is mine. He's part of my world. But if I pinch him, I don't feel anything.
So I guess it's
Okay.
shit you could do about, or it's just you could
Same
do about
thing.
is the term?
The normal term in Abhidharma is gyukidupa.
Okay.
Okay,
And that's
he's
fluid
he's
language.
trying to emphasize shigi. Shigi Gaduba is an acceptable dhamka.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. It feels cold to me. Are you
Yeah.
guys okay?
Well,
I don't want
yeah,
everybody
it's
to get
a
sick.
little bit.
Is there any way to turn it
You can move
warmer?
the-
Warmer?
you can move those things, so it doesn't blow.
No, it just feels cold to me. People who grew up in Arizona, we love air conditioning. It's like candy for us.
Florida too.
Aircon. Okay, all right, got it? Let's say it again. Oh, well. If something is, are you saying, Are you saying the natural tendency to focus on mine, okay, holds my stuff to be self-standing? Yes. Then let's consider my stuff, all right? Are you saying that it's part of me? The my stuff you're talking about, okay? Then are you saying it's part of pinchable? Okay. Why? Because it is what the natural tendency to hold to mind focuses on. So it appears to be the case that the natural tendency to focus on mine is focusing on my parts and not the outside world, which is also mine. My wife is mine, my house is mine, my kids are mine, but that's not what the inborn one is focusing on. So our guy's trying to cover himself. Why? What was the problem? What's the basic problem?
Mine.
The first link has to be focused on sugang or sugungs. Okay, so if it focuses on shentian, which is sugungs, it doesn't really count, because you don't feel, everyone's more selfish about themselves than even their wife. Okay, everybody's more selfish about. You comb your hair every morning and not your wife's hair. In the end, we are more selfish about ourselves. Okay, got it? And that causes the suffering of the world. Okay, Dakke means you already accepted my reason, which is that it must be the main object of the inborn tendency to view, which is viewing my stuff, okay? Because you just said that. Dakke, you already agreed to the reason. Dakke, K-len, okay? You already agreed. Then he says, okay, it is focused towards the natural tendency. The natural tendency. It is the natural tendency to focus on mine, main. You can't agree that. Kebu kandu nepe ne de kebu ngayiwa yimbe chirte. The place. This is a noun. The place where any particular person is staying. Okay?
Right next to
Got it? Yeah, they're next to each other.
Tough.
I'll do it again. The place where any particular the place where a particular person, this kangdu is where. The place where a person is staying, okay, is part of the person's mind. Like this room, okay? The scriptorium is part of mine.
Oh, mine.
Okay? It's part of Ngayiwa. Mine, my stuff. Okay?
Kebu is part, is it?
This kebu means person.
Person here? Or the person?
Yeah, that person's mine. Okay? The place where a person is staying is part of that person's mind. Mine, my stuff. Okay? Why? Because there is a natural, sometimes you can say natural first, okay? Okay, there's a natural belief, state of mind, that thinks to itself. Nyamba is a specific verb in Tibetan that means to think to yourself, okay? Which thinks to itself, okay? Oh, this is my place. Ngai neso. This scriptorium, ngai neso, is my place. Okay, it's a natural state of mind that comes up. If somebody attacked the room downstairs, we would slowly go down and help. If somebody attacked the scriptorium, we would fight. It's true. And that's natural. It just comes up in a person. Okay? Everybody has it. Right? Except for high bodhisattvas. Okay? And then he stopped, that's all. What did we learn from that exchange? What did we learn? I mean, we answered a difficult question. I'm giving you the snort. The snort means I'm displeased. No, but what was the problem with the description of the first ling?
The description of the first
The
thing,
mind.
that it was
Yeah.
mind
Stuff
at all.
Yeah.
outside of the
Well,
person's
I understand. It's very easy to believe that the root of all trouble in the world, the wheel of life, is focusing on me, me and mine. You know, but he's part of mine too.
Yeah, but it is not
So if I focus on Nick, am I starting a wheel of life? Am I starting suffering? And then he says no.
Because he's not geeking
Yeah,
out.
he says the mind in the me and mine, which is focused on by the first link, has to be the one that's pinchable. It has to be the my stuff that's part of your feelings. Got it? Okay.
And when he says you can't agree to that, he's saying you can't agree to his refutation because he already said something else that was dumb.
Probably it's that you can't say that it's the main object. Okay. You can't say it's the main object of the natural tendency to focus on me, which is the problem, which is the source of all suffering. Why? Because the place where you're staying, VOC, Village of Oak Creek. Somebody says I hate Village of Oak Creek. I'm like, yeah, me too. Not really, but Rimrock, like where I live, it's like poor and So I don't. People talk bad about Rimrock. I'm like, okay. Somebody talk bad about my hand or the way I talk or the way I think or the way I explain Tibetan. Oh, that's mine. You see, Rimrock it's my town, but I don't feel the same about that as I feel about my, my body or something.
So
like that.
basically, this sentence is saying that the example of this, as in the room.
Yeah, like Rimrock.
The room,
Yeah,
like this
right.
scriptorium, it is.
Yeah.
No,
Are
sorry.
you telling me?
Uh-huh.
The next
Kishi, let's take the
Oh, sorry,
scriptorium.
this sentence.
Yeah,
this
let's take the
sentence.
scriptorium,
Mm,
okay?
mm,
If you pinch it, is Sugan gonna go out?
No.
No, then, okay,
So, okay.
like that, okay, got it? I agree it's mine, it's his. For Sugang, it's part of mine, but it's not what the first link focuses on. Now, how you get that out of here, that's your problem.
Okay.
Study the words carefully,
Okay.
write the sentence carefully, that's what it says.
Okay.
The guy didn't understand
Mm,
that the mind, that jikta means first link, focuses on, has to be the mind which is, close to you.
That is
Really
the
close.
guy's stand or our stand?
That's our stand,
The
and he
guy's-
didn't know it.
I see.
He said,
Okay.
all mine is
inclusive.
yeah,
Okay.
all of mine is the object of the first link.
Okay.
And we said no.
No. Okay.
Okay.
It seems like you made that clear in the first sentence, and then I'm not sure why the second one continues to clear it up, because
He gave an example of Naiwa, which was not Gyuki Dupa.
Okay,
We gave a real example.
Okay.
He said, well, what do you mean mind that's not pinchable?
okay,
We'll take the scriptorium, Okay.
okay.
Okay, good. Kachignare, please read, Sugang.
Kachiknari, jikta hlen kie ki mik io inna
Yeah.
kangsak in pe capsen.
Yeah, good. By the way, I really admire Sugang's effort I've had students for 5-6 years who couldn't read as well as he reads after 6 months. So is Word helping you or something? The Human Dictionary?
Yeah.
He also saw a video,
There's some
so-
secret.
And then
But I encourage the rest of you, Bengami, Seiji, Gibson, whatever he did, do it. I'll have what she's having. Whatever he did, he proves that it's possible. So I'm watching to see how serious you are,
You're screwing up the bell curve.
Yeah, expectations. Okay. So Kachigna, now this gets interesting. Also, so if something is the object which the first link looks at, okay, the natural form of the first link, well then it must be a person. Is that what you're saying?
Uh,
Kaza Yimbika? It must be a person? You said pinchable. Okay. So now you're changing? I mean, so the object of the first link has to be a person, right? Has to be kya.
Okay.
Mm. Then we say something kind of controversial. Our counterexample is what? Dukden. What is our... Yeah.
What?
It's one of the four truths.
Oh, okay.
The truth of suffering, the first truth.
Oh.
The first teaching of the Buddha. You know, there's pain, and it has a cause. There's an escape, and that has a cause. There's a path. You know, result, cause, result, cause. There's pain, it has a cause. There's freedom, and that has a path. So he took the counterexample is Dukden. Now, if he took it as if we said it's a counterexample, it must be the first thing he mentioned. What's that?
Which is the
Object of the first link.
Of the first link.
Okay, the truth of suffering. Okay. Now, I got to tell you guys something about the truth of suffering, okay? The four truths. The four truths, okay? Understand, never forget. They are not statements. They are not everything is suffering. That's not the first truth. So normally truth means a truth, means a true statement. You know, it's a truth that everything caused by your negative emotions is suffering. You know, that's a truth. But classically, in Buddhism, the word truth of suffering can mean cancer. Cancer. You see? See, cancer isn't talking. Cancer isn't making a statement. Cancer isn't saying everything in the world that's caused is pain. It is pain. So the truth of suffering can either refer to that statement, everything caused by negative emotions is going to hurt you, or it can be the hurt itself. Yeah, the real thing. Okay, got it? So that will help you understand this debate. Okay.
But when you see after DPE, which one are you seeing?
Hopefully, the truth.
That slides from one to the other, to be honest. Oh, the things I thought were okay are not. And then comes a statement in your head. You see the things you thought were okay are not. You see your body's gonna die, for example. You see it directly. Then your attitude about your body changes. And if someone asks you about your body, you say, yeah, it's, what do you call it?
Temporary.
Doomed to,
It's deteriorating.
there's a word for it. Bound to die or something.
Moribund.
There's an expression. Anyway, you see something about your body, future, that it's going to lay down. Gravity will win. Gravity will win the battle. You see it directly. And then in your mind comes a statement. Oh, my body is suffering. Okay, like
So
that.
you see the pain itself?
Yeah.
And the sting.
Yeah, and the truth of it. So, but I'm just warning you that in Buddhist literature, the truth of suffering can refer to a pain.
Or any impermanent thing, right? Like this water bottle is.
Yeah, like the path to the end of suffering. Just kidding. Abhidharma school, that's outside of the game. It's changing. Okay, anyway, let's not go there. Okay, so we say, now, when we take a counterexample, it means that we believe it's one and it's not two. If he said kyap, if he said has to be, when we give him a counterexample, it means that we think it's number one, but it's not number two, because that's why it's a counterexample.
Yeah.
If he said take all liquids, they are orange juice, then I say take coffee, it means I think it is a liquid, but it's not orange juice. So we must be saying that the truth of suffering is something that link number one focuses on.
person.
but it's not a person. Yeah. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Then we go through the sarcastic part. There, Tal, are you telling me it's orange juice? Okay.
Mhm.
Here?
Because it's liquid.
The person.
Mhm.
Where's the orange juice here?
It's
Chikten Flanke
it's just dead.
No. What's it? Good, yeah. Are you telling me it's a person?
Oh.
Okay, are you telling me a person? Why you say that?
Oh, so
In between here,
Yeah.
teacher, why you say that? Well, because it is what the first link focuses on.
Absolutely.
It is one of the things that the first link focuses on. He's reacting to our last argument.
Mhm.
What was our last argument? I know it's been a long time ago.
That mine is not something.
Something that
Someone
we
else
can
likes.
pinch.
When you say that the first link looks at me or mine, it doesn't really look at all of mine. It looks at the mine, which is part of me. So he responded to that and said, well then, anytime something is focused on by the first link, it must be a person then. He's responding to what we said.
right.
Okay? When I look at Nick and hold him to be substantial, that's not the first link. Why? He's not pinchable.
Not pinchable.
I don't feel it when you pinch him. I'm sure pinchable will be a good translation.
Pinchable.
Just kidding.
Even his counterexample is a problem because that is the truth of suffering.
Okay. Then we said because it's focused upon by the first link. And he said, I don't agree. And we said, well, it is too. It is, there does exist a natural form of this wrong view that focuses on it
The first line.
because there are Den Shila Mikbe,
Towel.
there are actually 10 wrong views that focus on the four truths.
Oh,
There are actually 10 wrong views
10 wrong
that
views.
focus on the, I'm sorry,
5.
there are 5 wrong views and 5 emotions that are negative emotions that are not wrong views that focus upon the four truths. Okay, now this is a classical presentation of negative things, and it's called the 5 views and the 5 not views. But they're all 10 are problems. They're all 10 are mental problems that we have. Everybody has. So this is I believe it, Abhidharma. Okay, there's a classical presentation. If you say the cause of suffering is negative emotions and karma, can you count? Give me a small count of the negative emotions. Then we can say 10. But there's many other small counts. But this one is 10. And the 5 of them are ways of looking at the world. And 5 of them are just emotions. Okay? So I'm going to give you 5 and 5. Now he doesn't. So I'll give you the 5 and the 5. And then you tell me if you think they could be link number 1, because that's what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
Towards the four truths. Okay? Here, I went and got them for you
Thank you.
from Janya Shepa, who's a good writer from Daebong. His dates are late 1600s, I think.
This is his truth.
Dumane, yeah, it's his Drupta, which is probably a good place to go next. It's much longer. If you want to be a Drupta guy for the rest of your life. Do Dumane, many sutras say Jigta,
Jigta,
Tarta,
Tarta,
Su Trim Dang,
Sutrinda,
Tulshuk,
Tulsu,
Chongzin,
Chongzin,
Kitawa,
Kitawa,
Tawa Chongzin Kitawa,
Kawa, Chongzin, Kitawa,
Lokta.
Lokta.
These are the 5 views. Te Tawanga. These are the 5 views. So this we should have probably put. We should put it down here.
Do we read Chongzin or Chongzin?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It gets kind of blurred.
Okay.
In most countries, the speech in the capital city, the largest cities, moves faster than the speech in the suburbs, in the countryside. So the countries on the edge of Tibetan influence in ancient times, Mongolia, Ladakh, they will say,
Chongzin,
they'll say, So Trim Si,
Sutrin.
Dang Bertul, Shuk Si, Machog, Nzin, Ki, Latawa.
Oh,
They pronounce the head letters.
everything.
Yeah, that's probably more correct.
Okay.
And then in the capital, things are faster and blah, 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 people speed it up. What you doing, man? What's up?
What's up?
No, what's up?
What's up?
There's no T. What's up? What's up, man? It just gets fast. It gets faster. Okay.
I see. Okay.
Now, standard Tibetan is capital city Tibetan, Lhasa Tibetan. If you speak to somebody from Tibet, everyone will understand capital city Tibetan. But if you use one of those dialects, which actually is more correct, they'll say, "What the hell are you saying? I don't know what you're saying." It's like I can know what hat to do. I know what to do. I can know what hat to do. You see? Okay. Anyway, there you go.
So do you always hear a prenatal?
Is it
after a
predictable?
comma?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Not technically predictable. Some words have slanged and some words have not. So I'm sorry.
Do you swallow the ka in cho?
Yeah.
Chongzin. So
Chong-
it's there, but it's not really.
It sounds like Chong actually. Chongzin.
So you won't always hear a prenasal after a ka suffix?
No.
Okay.
Don't you hear it? Chongzin. No, the G drops out.
Okay. Usually. Alright.
You don't say choke.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to go there. We don't have much time. Jikta is the one we've been talking about.
Destruction.
That's the one which is link number 1.
Yes.
Of these five, only the first one is really number 1.
Oh.
Because by definition it's focused on me or
Mine.
sa,
Because
the part of me which is mine. The mind which is
Ah.
principle. Now you gotta, in your own mind, you gotta adjust that.
But that doesn't make the distinction. I mean, it seems like they're discussing above the finer points of what that.
Yeah, they are. I'm just saying, in your own mind, you might want to add the principal parts of mind. Okay, according to our view. Okay. So jikta. So we know the first one already. It's called the destructible view or the view of destruction. I can't find a better word in English. I don't think there is. Meltable view or something. Okay, partha means a wrong view which holds to either extreme. Yuta or metta? Say yuta.
Yata.
Metta.
Metta.
Yuta means the pen must be coming from its own side. It's called the extreme of existence. Okay? Things must be the way I thought they were. Okay? The pen must be coming, the glass must be coming from its own side. That's yuta. How many beings have yuta?
All of them.
Almost all of them. Yeah, bugs, fish, birds. Everybody's thinking things are coming this way. Now, some people overreact to that statement. Oh, it's coming from me? Yeah. Oh, so it's in my head. There's nothing real. It's all coming from me. Everybody in this room is in my own head. I'm so lonely. It would be lonely, If there's no separate people, then the world would be totally lonely. It's like closing your eyes and going in what do you call those tanks?
Isolation.
It's like isolation. I'm totally isolated. There's nothing else in the universe. I'm just by myself, Okay? That's metta. That's the opposite. These are two ditches on the side of the road. I like to call them the two ditches. The car's going to get stuck over here, the car's going to get stuck over here. Over here, the pen's coming from itself. Over here, if it's not coming from itself, then I'm living in isolation. And nothing exists.
Is it the view of mind only? That everything is inside my mind?
Not really. They're called mind only, but they don't really believe exactly that. Okay? That's an overstatement of their position from their name. People hear their name and they overstate their
That's what
position.
many Chinese believe.
Yeah, and it's not easy. When we finish this text, you will understand.
Or not.
Okay, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Okay.
So
Basically, the main belief that they hold, which is useful. You see, to believe everything's in my head and I'm alone is not useful. It just makes you a weird person, you know. Gibson's not real. He's part of my mind. Okay. What they really believe is that a single karmic seed opens into me and Gibson, and therefore, the consequence of that is what's important. Therefore, I can change my life. I can change my husband. The things I don't like are coming from me. I yelled at my kids last week, and it grew like a tree, and it split into 2 branches called me and my husband. Me and my yelling husband. Okay? And so I planted the seed. And then it grew, and it split into 2. And that's the main mind-only view. It's not emphasizing you're alone, there's nobody else, everything's in your head. You see? That's what mind-only means. Okay? Subjects and objects are manifesting in the basis half of the foundation consciousness. Okay. Tartal, okay?
Tartal means the neither of both extremes.
Yeah, either extreme. Yeah,
Okay.
either extreme. The means hold on to.
The tar,
The R means hold on to.
hold on to.
Yeah, hold on to either extreme.
either extreme. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
99.99999% people are holding on to everything exists as I thought. And then the few who misunderstood a DCI talk say, I'm alone, nothing exists, my wife's in my head. And that viewpoint is so dangerous that Dharmakirti wrote a book to deny it.
Okay.
And it's called The Proof of Other People. Okay. What is it? Siddhantara.
Finally,
Anyway, you know.
Can add that to our list.
I know that'd be a fun book to do.
It's a great book.
There good
It's a great
commentary?
book. There is a good commentary in Tibetan.
That'd be neat.
And I used it. Somebody asked me to teach it in China. Somebody asked me this question in Beijing, and I said, there's a book. Then I went to Dharmakirti. The book is, you can't understand it. And then I found a Tibetan commentary to it.
Whose
And
was it?
I don't remember.
it was, isn't Ketchup Jail? No,
No, it's nobody that famous.
I had it on my desk.
Yeah, anyway. Okay. But it would be a nice book to add to our series in 10 years. Okay. Tsutim dan tushu chongtsin kitawa. Who can explain it?
The wrong view of thinking that that austerities, incorrect austerities, are the
Yeah.
highest way of going.
Yeah, okay. So, tulshuk means tapas in Sanskrit,
Okay, cool.
which is doing spiritual practices which hurt yourself. So Christians, old Christians, 1,000 years ago, they would take a whip and they will beat themselves.
Violently.
Yeah, the whip has nails on it. And they will think this makes me more spiritual. You know, and then in India, they still stand on one leg until the other leg disappears. Or they hold one arm up until it dies. Or they sit between 5 fires. And this is supposed to make you a better person. In old days, you jump on a spear and you go to nirvana. You know, it has to go here.
Oh yeah, trident.
Yeah, you jump on a spear a special way. You practice, and then you jump. And it kills you. And then that's supposed to, then you go to nirvana. Okay, this kind of stupid idea is this one. Okay, so tulshuk means, you know, deluded spiritual practice about hurting yourself somehow. Okay, that's called tulshuk. What's the highest tapas according to Buddhism?
Okay.
Patience.
Yeah, not getting angry when someone pisses you off. Now that's real tapas. You know, that's harder than jumping on a spear. And this means, sutra means morality. Now, it means wrong morality,
Wrong.
mistaken morality. I should kill those who don't agree with me and I will go to heaven. You know, like that. So it's just called morality, but it's not real morality. Okay, so morality, wrong morality, or mistaken, difficult spiritual practices, to believe, Zen, that they are supreme. Okay, this is the chok and coin chok, which is the 3 jewels, supreme jewels. Okay, so you think it's superior, okay, or something. Okay, that one, as you guys all know, you lose permanently when
When you see emptiness directly.
you see emptiness. It's one of the 3 negative emotions
That will be gone
that you
forever.
lose forever in those 20 minutes. It's impossible to think that after you see emptiness directly. What are the other 2?
Intellectual view
Intellectual
of
belief
self-existence
Yeah,
and doubt.
and doubt about the path. So those 3 out of 84,000 possible negative emotions, only 3 are eliminated permanently when you see emptiness directly. The rest are permanently damaged, and their downfall is inevitable at that point. And that's a good way to say it. Gyunshu.
And shoot. There are.
You enter the conveyor belt.
Uh,
Yeah, their downfall is inevitable. Once you see emptiness, the other ones will collapse, but it takes time. 3 immediately. Before you come out of meditation, they're gone. Okay, got it? Okay, Tawa Chongsenki Tawa. This is cool. Who can guess?
this is
That
like
your view
my
is the
bad view
highest.
is the best.
Thinking that
Say it
you're-
again.
My bad view is the best.
Yeah, my wrong views are best.
Oh,
So you can say it's kind of applies to all the other 4. You see what I mean? Are you sure that's correct, that you should jump on a spear to go to nirvana? Oh, yes. This is the best view. So it's a secondary view about your primary view, you know.
Yeah.
It's a bad attitude about your bad attitude. Okay, yes. It's defending your views, you know. Oh, yes. Okay. Lokta means wrong views, and you know, obviously all of them are wrong views, but this emphasizes the 2 classic examples in scripture are,
Past lives and karma.
Yeah.
Not believing.
yeah, past and future lives, and karma and its consequences. I can cheat on my taxes, and if I'm clever, nothing will happen to me. Okay, that's one kind of lokta, you know, or, you know, I don't have to worry about what I do, you know, because there's no future life. Okay, like that. Those are looked at, okay? I would like to go back, before we go to the 5 that are not viewpoints. Okay, we said 10 negative negativities, 5 are viewpoints, 5 are not. Before we go back to before we go on, let's go back to his argument. Let's go back to our argument. We said these 5 can focus on the 4 truths. Anybody want to take a shot? All 5 of these focus on the 4 truths. First one?
Definitely the first one. That's the first one.
Sorry. First one focuses on me and mine.
Okay.
Okay, taken in by myself. Pinchable.
pinchable,
Okay.
Yeah.
which is the cause of.
I mean, I hate to say pinchable. No Buddhist scholar ever said pinchable, but in the end, they say that. Okay, so can you posit for me? Number 1, focused on the 4 truths. Any of the 4 truths.
Yeah, your body is suffering.
Yeah, good. Yeah, okay. The pain I have in my body. Misunderstanding it, thinking it's coming from somebody else. Thinking someone else caused my problems. Okay, that could be the first one. What about the second one?
Your body comes from its own side.
Yeah, you could say that.
Reality itself.
Yeah, my body comes from its own side. You're focusing on pain, something which is part of the truth of pain. Okay. Is there any part of you which is the third Arya truth?
Dharmakaya,
Maya, yeah, you could say that.
your Buddha nature.
But it's not what they say.
Cessation, any cessation. Okay. For example, if someone gave you a good explanation of the pen, you cannot go to a lower realm. If you understand it well, you cannot go, after you die, you cannot go down. It's not possible. Okay, so that's part of you now. Okay, pinchable actually. And it's focused on, it is the third Arya truth.
Right.
Okay, okay, got it. So if you thought of, you just thought about the times I taught you the pen, you were focusing on the cessation. the result of those thoughts was cessation. Got it? It's part of you. You thought about, oh, Geshe-la taught me the pen. Why is it? What did it stop in you? It gave you the seeds never to be angry at your wife or kids again. Because every time you want to get angry at them, you realize it's coming from you. Got it? Okay.
Cessation.
Yeah.
So cessation is part of you.
Is any part of the four truths could be part of this lousy viewpoint about, jumping on spears and stuff?
Suffering.
Yeah, it's focusing on the path of suffering. Sorry, it's focusing, on the truth of suffering, and it's misunderstanding it. It's focusing on the truth of suffering, and it's misunderstanding it. I can get rid of this body if I jump on a spear with the right attitude, and I'll go to heaven. Okay, so it's focusing on the truth of suffering, and it's misunderstanding it. Does it understand the statement that all changing things are suffering? Is it focused on the truth of suffering that way?
No.
No. It's just looking at its body, the human body, and saying, this is not so cool. I want a higher one. Which is also proof of
Like oh. That you
Jay and
think-
culpo.
That you think
Master,
Oh,
master.
right.
Yeah. Remember? We had it yesterday. That's proof of master and servant. Yeah, I want a better body. That means you think you're not your body. Okay? That means you're standing above the body and you're switching bodies. Okay? So anyway, third one here is tricky. Okay? Is he focusing on the four truths? Yes. Is he saying, which one? He's focusing on the truth of suffering. Is he saying, all things created by my negativities are suffering? No. He's not focusing on the truth of suffering as a statement. As a statement, he's not. As a law, he's not. He's focusing on his body, which is suffering. And he wants to change it. He wants to jump on a spear and go to another place. Okay? He wants to leave that body here, and he wants to go somewhere else. So he's focused on the truth of suffering, meaning his suffering body. The thing, which is the truth and not the statement. Okay, got it?
That's all of them
Okay.
so far, right?
Yeah.
None of them are focused on the statements, right?
Yeah, I get, well, maybe Jita,
It seems more like that.
or Tarta. I don't know. You guys figure it out. This is something the teacher will say, take it to the debate ground. Don't bother me. Let me know tomorrow what you come up with. Really, the Lama will say, the students start asking, well, is the statement in here anywhere? And the Lama says, take it to the debate ground. We don't have time. Let me know tomorrow what you come up with. And if tomorrow they come and say the wrong thing, the Lama will correct them. Okay. Tawa Chongzing Tawa. Yeah, my viewpoint that my body is cool is correct. I have gone to Sephora. I've used all the cosmetics, and now I'm beautiful. Okay, this bag of shit. Sorry, that's a very Vinaya view. Okay, yeah, it's a wrong view about the suffering. Okay, and then Lokta.
The cause of suffering.
Our wrong views wrong.
Yeah, that's true. When you say there's no karma, karma doesn't exist. I can do whatever I want. I won't get anything back. Yeah, then you're focusing on the source. Got it?
Understanding it.
Cool. All right. Now we can move on to
Non-views.
nice. The 5 negativities which are not views. And I went and got them for you.
Thank you.
I had to go to a different book.
Because one of them is wrong.
From Abhidharma, same author.
Non-wrong.
Okay. I thought the same author because, okay.
First
Yeah, it's
Do a chat. I'm gonna-
Desire, anger, pride, doubt.
I like to call it wanting things.
Okay.
Wanting things.
Liking things, sorry. I mean, when I explain the middle of the wheel of life, the 3 animals, I like to call it liking things. If somebody says, did you have desire this morning? You're like, I mean, I was kind of attached to my coffee, but desire, was I like, in English, desire means, heavy breathing and, and no, I didn't have desire this morning. But this one is much more subtle. You have it every few seconds. You have it several times every 5 minutes, you know. I want. By the way, is it just I want?
With a
In a wrong
view
way.
that's
Yeah, in a wrong way. Okay? I want without understanding where it comes from.
Hurt someone to get it.
Yeah, you would. The test is, would you hurt someone to get it? You know, this is my coffee. Where's my coffee anyway?
probably us.
I bet it's waiting.
Well, why is it outside? It can't get inside.
We locked it up.
I think sometimes people are nervous
There's
to
a big
come
sign
barging
on the
in.
door that says don't enter.
The people who shouldn't come in, don't come in. The people who shouldn't go out, don't go out.
Except for coffee.
Okay.
It's a semi.
Anyway, okay.
But isn't it more than, I mean, if you
It's
don't necessarily want to hurt somebody if you're.
No,
that's
but
decided.
I would say something unkind. I would say, where the hell's my coffee? You know, I would do a bad deed to get it.
So you could hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's true. In the end, you always hurt yourself. Yeah. Okay. Control is the opposite.
Opposite of
I like to call it disliking.
dislike.
Because anger, you know, did I have anger this morning? Not really. I didn't, you know, I didn't raise my voice. I didn't wave my arms. But I was a little upset that I didn't get my coffee. You see what I mean? And that's control, you see. So you can translate these as desire and anger. But
Oh, okay.
But I think it's sometimes very powerful to call it liking and disliking.
Okay.
Because we dislike every few seconds. Yeah.
Both halves are here.
Okay.
Oh, it's someone
Who can tell me the parts of the next one?
I king.
Yeah, I'm the king.
Oh,
Not Gyalpo. What's it mean?
Pride.
Pride.
I'm the best.
You know, I'm the best. No one can pronounce the best like me. None of the other new students.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I'm king. Okay.
right.
Marikpa?
Misunderstanding.
Yeah, and misunderstandings. Now there's general misunderstanding and there's misunderstanding as the first link. They're not exactly the same. We just heard, we've heard in one of these classes, now I'm starting to mix them all together in my head, that not to understand the subtle workings of karma. Not to understand the subtle workings of, not to understand where this grain came from in this wood. There's a cause. There's a karmic cause. It's neutral, by the way. Yeah, I did something 10 lifetimes ago, and that's why this grain goes to the right and not to the left. Only a Buddha can see that. Only a Buddha knows the cause. Oh yeah, I pushed somebody in the subway 20 lifetimes ago. Just like this, not very hard. It was neutral. Dip,
Obstacle.
ma drip lung ma ten.
Madrip, not an obstacle. Lumaten.
Neutral karma.
Neutral comment.
You see,
right.
I
Obstacle,
just
which is
bumped into
neutral
somebody by
karma.
accident. They went to the right.
Mhm.
20 lifetimes later, the grain of wood is angling to the right. You see, everything has a cause.
I see.
Everything has a karmic cause. But some of them are just neutral. I didn't hurt them. I didn't help them.
Oh,
And that's not going to stop me from getting enlightened. It's called madhya. We had it. It's neutral karma, but it's not like going to stop me from being a good person. Okay, the grain in the wood. Okay.
So the
Okay.
is in neutral, which is an obstacle.
Yeah, that was our. That's now going to become a famous example. I hope the guy is a good
It's
author.
really helpful, actually.
It is. Okay, so Marikpa. So misunderstanding or ignorance, it doesn't have to be the first link.
But that's
Okay.
supposed to
Have arhats given up the first link?
Yes.
not not yet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they have. They're out of the wheel of life. It's a wheel, right? They're outside.
Okay.
They're up there with the Buddha somewhere.
So
Okay, they're outside. But have they given up all forms of
negative emotions.
ignorance? Have they given up all forms of ignorance? No. They still don't. They still haven't seen the cause of this. They still, some things they don't know. There's still things they don't know. So I'm just telling you, as one of the five, it doesn't have to be the first link one. It's any kind of misunderstanding or any kind of lack of knowledge. Okay. All right.
It's sometimes interpreted as misunderstanding the subtle workings of karma, like, or is that contrary?
Yeah, you can say that. But yeah, that's touchy. Okay. Petsom?
So
Doubt.
Yeah, doubt. Okay. Doubt.
Isn't it supposed to be not views, but number 4 is?
Yeah, that's a good point. Stanley said, isn't number 4 a way of looking at things? How about if I say not knowing about?
Oh, so is it better to translate it into ignorance?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Could be. That's a good point. That's a very subtle point. Yeah, could be. Sometimes they'll say Tetsan Nyomong Chen.
Doubt.
Chen. Oh, doubt, which afflictive doubt.
Afflictive. When is the last time you saw afflictive on the NPR?
Bad thoughtative doubt.
Yeah, it means sometimes they say harmful doubt,
Harmful doubt.
because for a Buddhist, some doubt is healthy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so good doubt. You know, Geshe-la said this in the class, but I'm not sure it's correct. If you do it with a good heart, it's not a negative thing; it's a positive thing. You are required to have good doubt. You know, I can't accept what he said yet. I'm still not sure about it. So healthy, not sure is not on this list. Okay.
I'm like,
Okay.
oh, I'm not sure, but I don't think those things come from themselves.
Yeah. Okay, Tage, those of you who care.
It's time,
Oh man, I just started.
and there's actually a break.
Tage is an Abhidharma word for Nyomo.
Oh. Widespread.
Subtle and widespread. Subtle, widespread. I call it widespread negativity or something. And there's a whole explanation of it, fifth chapter Abhidharma. You'll be there in 50 years. Okay, Tage is an Abhidharma synonym for Nyomo, for negative emotion. Because they are subtle and they are spread everywhere. I mean, even while you're discussing pride, you have pride about it. Nobody can discuss pride the way I can. So you know, it's a greased pig. In English, we say American English, we say greased pig. Small pig, which you cover with grease, and you cannot. Every time you try to catch it, it goes whoop, whoop. You know? Nobody can explain pride like me. So while you're discussing negative emotions, you're having one. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Sasi
Pugi Jushin Meto Chan Rira Binshin Yinde Jempali Sangye Shindu Mikte Uwargi Jokun Nanda Shingla Chuparsho Yam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamyatayami Di Kewo Kun Sunam Yeshe Tsokso Shin Sunam Yeshe Le Chungwe Dambar Kuni Topar Sho. Oh, let's finish that. We didn't really tie it up. So, does the first link have to look at a person?
Yes.
He said no. We just proved no.
Oh, okay.
And we took as our example the truth of suffering. So it is pinchable, right? Your body. It's not a statement. It's not a law. It is the thing which the statement's about, which in Buddhism covers truth of suffering. You see what I mean? Yeah. And it's not the person.
So the person.
It's the body of the person. So it's really ngayiwa, mind, which is pinchable. Okay, got it?
But not the person.
All right. Now I want to just put some ants in your pants. It means what? Oh no! If you ever had an ant in your pants, we have big ones here. My house is a colony for the outside. Here's one that's going to put ants in your pants. If something is the natural or inborn form of the first link, then it must be a form of misunderstanding, which is the first of the 12 links. If something is the first link, it must be a form of misunderstanding, which is the first of the 12 links. That should put ants in your pants. It sounds perfect.
If someone's the innate though.
Okay, throw in innate. It's still ants in pants. Okay, got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the implication?
Straightforward enough.
The first link is not one of the 12 links?
No, no. It's that you could be misunderstanding me and mine, which is not link number 1, implying it's another link. It's one of the other 11 links. So that you have to think about. Okay.
We have 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you a clue. Well, no, I'm not going to give you a clue. Then you won't have ants in your pants.
You're right.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Is there a form of ignorance, of misunderstanding, which is one of the other things? You see?
I have to think about that.
Go home and review the other 11. Okay.